Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our journey through the Bible. Today, we're diving into two incredibly significant chapters, 2 Samuel 7 and 8. If you've ever wondered about the promises God makes and how he establishes his kingdom, these chapters are for you. So grab your Bible, a cup of coffee, and let's get into it. We start in chapter 7. King David is finally at peace. He's settled in his palace, and the Lord has given him rest from all his enemies. In this moment of peace, a thought strikes David. He's living in a beautiful house of cedar, but the Ark of God, the very symbol of God's presence, is dwelling inside a tent. He feels a deep desire to build a permanent, magnificent temple for the Lord. It seems like a noble and righteous plan, right? He even shares it with the prophet Nathan, who initially says, "Go for it. The Lord is with you." But that very night, God speaks to Nathan with a different plan. It's a powerful moment of reversal. God tells Nathan to go back to David and ask him, "Are you the one to build me a house to dwell in?" God reminds David that he's never asked for a permanent house before. He's always been present with his people in a tent, moving with them through the wilderness and into the promised land. Then God flips the script entirely. He tells David, "You're not going to build a house for me. Instead, I am going to build a house for you. And this isn't a house of cedar and stone. This is a dynasty, a royal lineage that will last forever. This is the Davidic covenant, one of the most important promises in the entire Old Testament. God promises David that his name will be great, his people will have a secure home, and most importantly, his throne will be established forever through his offspring. God says, "Your house and your kingdom will endure forever before me. Your throne will be established forever." This is a direct pointer to the future Messiah, Jesus Christ, who is a descendant of David and whose kingdom will have no end. David's reaction to this incredible promise is one of pure humility and awe. He goes before the Lord and just pours out his heart in prayer. He asks, "Who am I, sovereign Lord, and what is my family that you have brought me this far?" He is completely overwhelmed by God's grace and faithfulness. He recognizes that this isn't about his own greatness, but about God's eternal plan and his undeserved favor. David's prayer is a beautiful model for us, a response of worship and gratitude when we realize the magnitude of God's promises in our own lives. Then we move into chapter 8, which reads a bit like a highlight reel of David's military victories. After receiving God's incredible promise, David goes on to secure the kingdom. He defeats the Philistines, the Moabites, the Arameans, and the Edomites. He expands Israel's borders and establishes a strong, secure nation, just as God had promised. But this chapter isn't just about military might. It highlights that the Lord gave David victory everywhere he went. It emphasizes that David's success wasn't his own. It was a direct result of God's faithfulness and power. The chapter also details how David organized his government. He established justice and righteousness for all his people, setting up key officials to manage the kingdom. It shows us that a godly leader is concerned not just with power, but with justice, order, and the well-being of his people. So, what do we take away from these two chapters? First, God's plans are often bigger and better than our own. David had a good idea, but God had a divine, eternal plan. Second, we see the incredible faithfulness of God. He makes a covenant with David that points all the way to Jesus and our eternal hope. And third, we see that true leadership, established by God, brings about security, justice, and righteousness. These chapters are a powerful reminder that God is the one who builds his kingdom, and he invites us to be a part of it through his grace. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this look into 2 Samuel has been encouraging for you. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. We'd love to have you as part of our community. Until next time, take care and God bless.